Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character Executioner by me. So let's get into it. Kaza. Well, perhaps going on vacation with you was going to be a lot more difficult than he thought. You were wearing a see-through sort of dress, and though you were wearing a bikini underneath, since you were going to the beach and all, he couldn't stop staring at you. And honestly, he thought he was pretty helpless against that. What could he do but stare and admire how beautiful you are? It wasn't like you were doing a lot to hide it from him. But after a while, staring was not just simply enough. So Kaza ended up shyly walking up to you, wrapping his arms around you and kissing you softly, before murmuring into your ear that he would like you wearing something more opaque in the future, since he wasn't the only one staring. But other than that, he ended up kissing you a lot. But what will happen later, he will save for when he gets home. He doesn't like being affectionate in front of others. He just likes being comfortable while he can show you his love, which is why he only kissed you then. But he had a lot more in mind that was prepared. Albedo. Now, Albedo was someone who was very frank, and he didn't do much to hide what he wanted from you. So when he saw you wearing that see-through dress, he couldn't help it. He went over to you immediately and told you that you really should not go out in something like that, to which you just pouted, frowning, before he smirked. Well, I have another idea. What? Are you gonna give me another dress? No, I will tear it off of you. You know, if you're willing to spend our evening here. It isn't like there's not much we can do. We can do a lot, darling. Albedo, I swear to God, you are such a flirt. And a pervert too, he said, pouting and trying to mask your blush. But you already know it will only take 10 seconds for you to cave. And he was pretty right about it. You ended up caving 10 seconds after. He just had that effect on you. And honestly, you couldn't help it. Venti. Well, when you came out of your room to try it on, underneath the bikini that you had bought, he couldn't help but stare at you. And blushing a lot. Perhaps it was the first time you even saw Venti blush. It's easy to say that it was quite fun watching him become a mess so easily, especially since this was kind of unusual to see. But that perhaps was the only thing that made it more fun than it was meant to be. And you went over to him, deciding to sit on his lap and kiss him, which made him blush brighter. He was just so caught off guard, and you were only taking advantage of it. How dare you betray him like that? But after a while, he eased into it, starting to giggle softly whenever you kissed him, and wrapping his arms back around you, kissing you, and letting his hands wander over your body gently, as he started whispering in your ear about how beautiful you are, and how you were truly someone magical. No wonder he couldn't take his eyes off of you. Skirmish. Skirmish would be blushing so hard. It would be kind of fun to look at. But then he just crosses his arms and looks away from you, pouting. Wyan, how could you wear something like that? It's almost as if you were wearing nothing at all. Well, is that what you want? I didn't say that, he yells out, blushing brighter, and you can't help but laugh at him, watching him quietly before you wrap your arms around him, pulling him close to you, and letting one of your hands slip into his hair, stroking it gently. Look, Skara, we are going to the beach. It doesn't matter anyway, whether I wear this dress or not, because I'm gonna take it off anyway. So there's no reason to be so jealous. Well, unless you want me to wear it here too? Wyan, you know very well that's not what I said. He pouts, and you laugh softly, nodding, and leading him to give him a soft kiss, which immediately distracted him and quieted him down. It was very effective, you can't lie about that. Tonari? If you wear something like this in front of Tonari, then you must beware as well, because Tonari does not have many limits. And if he thinks you look gorgeous, then why wouldn't he show it to you? As your loving boyfriend, he wants to love you in all the ways that he can, and show you just how much his affection extends. And since you look like a snack, perhaps the entire dessert too, he had no qualms about showing it. And that's how you ended up on his lap. A hand of his on your thigh, and the other on the back of your neck, as he pulled you close, leaning in to kiss you deeply. It was a very intense makeout session, and perhaps you were a little bit late to your meet out with friends. But it's fine, because you did enjoy yourselves in the end, and that's what matters most. No? At least, that's how it works in Tonari's eyes. Xiao was a little bit nervous. Well, not a little bit. Extremely so. He would have this urge to stare. But whenever he found himself staring for too long, he knew he would be inevitably caught. So that's why he would end up instantly averting his eyes whenever he could. Because he didn't want you catching him like this. It would be humiliating and embarrassing. He was not staring at you. Not staring at all. But you ended up catching him in the end. Oh, you were looking, weren't you? No, I wasn't. Not at all. I don't know what you're talking about, he kept saying, trying to deny it endlessly. However, you were more stubborn than him, and you ended up teasing him a lot, until he was a blushing mess, refusing to show his face to you. That's when he knew you went a little bit too far, and that was enough. Going over to him and wrapping your arms around him gently, telling him there's nothing you should be embarrassed about so much. But somehow you only seemed to make him blush more, because you were pressing yourself a little bit too close to him with that dress on, and Xiao's imagination was a little wild. Perhaps you were doing a little bit more harm than good, but A for effort, right? And you did your best.